Hello everybody, it's Brenda. I'm here today with your daily horoscope reading for July 22nd, 2020. And we start with the Aries. The planetary energy may encourage you to be even more opaque than usual today. You enjoy playing games with your loved one at the best of times, but now you feel like taking them for a long ride. The conversation will be quite seductive, and you certainly know how to lead in a certain direction and how to play down certain elements while enhancing others. So that was Aries. Now we do Taurus. You usually like to be very straightforward and direct with which is why you may surprise yourself today under the influence of a current planetary energy for some reason that you can't truly fathom. You may find that you are enjoying preparing the truth with few well-chosen objectives and images in order to make yourself more desirable. Your crush will probably fall for it. Gemini. The aspect at play brings certain home truths closer to home and may drive others further away. Communication is more of a game to see who can guess at the other's motivations rather than enjoying way to pass the hours away together. It is tough. You are both trying to second guess each other while at the same time trying to pretend to be completely honest. That was Gemini. Now we're on Cancer. Emotions are bound to come to a foe with today's planetary alignment. You may be able to hide some of your more powerful feelings behind a wall of nonchalance, but not all of them by any stretch. Your new lover will be able to clearly see that you're falling madly in love with them, even if you are pretending that you don't really care. That's Cancer. Leo. Today's celestial energy may be encouraging you to spin a few stories of some relevant facts. Somehow you can't bear to let the crush believe that you have led an ordinary life as most of us have, because you are already very enamored by them and you want them to think you are highly desirable and special. By the end of your conversation, they will. That's Leo. Virgo. Although communication ought to be fairly straightforward with today's astral configuration, it may not quite be that simple. If you have just started out on a new relationship, then you may not be being quite honest with each other for whatever reason. You may both be in the same situation where you feel you can reveal so much but no more. Many things are hidden from view. That's Virgo. Libra. Today's alignment of the planets may mean that you're not quite sure how to approach a certain subject, even though it ought to be theoretically to be a pleasure to talk about. You feel in your heart that your new lover is quite passionate about you, and yet you may not have actually said so. You get the sense that they are not being honest, even though they exhibit adoration for you. That was Libra. Scorpio. Communication between people is usually attempted in order to clear matters up, to bring hidden things into the light. But with today's celestial energy, things ought to be quite obvious are somehow ignored or pushed aside while the conversation continues with a discussion of everything about the real issue in question. If you can be plain speaking, you will be rewarded. That was Scorpio. Sagittarius. Today's celestial configuration may encourage you to be able to be more obscure than usual. It is not that you mean to be so energetic or to hide the truth from your dearest heart, but more that you like to play with any number of possibilities at the same time. Saying what you mean or meaning what you say tends to narrow a range democracy. Okay, that's Sagittarius. Capricorn. You may find it hard to cope with the fact that you cannot seem to get the information you are seeking out of the person sitting in front of you. The celestial energy indicates that even though your communication potential is good, you are hoping to hear a definite statement of feeling of this could be what is causing the problem. They are determined not to make themselves vulnerable. That's Capricorn. Aquarius. The aspect at play encourages you to fly and also to hide away. Somehow you do not want your latest romantic interest to know anything about you soon, and you may appear particularly recipient and opaque. Yet you are equally determined to find out as much about them as you can without giving too much information away. One of you has to spill the beans soon. So that's Aquarius. Pisces. You generally like to compromise when it comes to making decisions with your partner and hate to upset the delicate balance of the relationship by appearing to be too selfish or demanding. Yet today's planetary energy may encourage you to put your point forward in such a way that your loved one knows what you want and dares not to refuse, even though you may not have openly mentioned it. Okay, everybody. That was your daily horoscope reading for July 22nd, 2020. Until tomorrow.